Hi, in this video I will talk about the Jonah Surah, starting from the verse 24. The analogy of this worldly life is like this. We send down water from the sky to produce with it all kinds of plants from the earth and to provide food for the people and animals. Then just as the earth is perfectly adorned and as people think that they're in control, thereof our judgment comes by night or by day, leaving it completely barren, as if nothing existed the previous day. We thus explain the revelations for people who reflect. So I think there is a likelihood that this verse doesn't only indicate the apocalypse, it also indicates some disasters. And we see that in only one day and everything is falling apart, and many people die and they die, and it doesn't have to so it doesn't have to be like some specific place, but it can be in many places at the same time too, but it doesn't have to include all people. So, and then it's important that the people think that they're in control. So people always think that they're in control in big countries, and they assume that we got it, everything is under control and we are ruling the earth, and suddenly they realize that only snow can make things worse, and they cannot feel like they're in control. God invites to the abode of peace and guides whomever he wills in a straight path. For the righteous the reward will be multiplied manifold. Their faces will never experience any deprivation or shame. There are dwellers of paradise. They abide therein forever. So for the righteous the reward will be multiplied. Will never experience any deprivation and shame. It's so beautiful, right? So now we know in the world we experience deprivation, unhappiness is part of the test, and also happiness. There is some balance of it, and it seems that in the paradise we will not have those. As for those who earned sins, their requital is equivalent to their sin. So, God multiplies good deeds, and for those who earn sins, their requital is equivalent to their sin. Humiliation is their lot, and no one beside God can protect them. Their faces will seem overwhelmed by masses of dark night. They will be the dwellers of hell. They abide therein forever. On the day we summon them all, we will say to those who worshipped idols, "We have summoned you, together with your idols." We will have them confront each other, and their idols will say to them, "We had no idea that you idolized us." God suffices as witness between us and you, that we were completely unaware of you worshipping us. That is when each soul will examine everything it had done. They will be returned to God, their rightful Master and Lord and Master, and the idol they have fabricated will disown them. Say, who provides for you from the heaven and the earth? Who controls all the hearing and the eyesight? Who produces the living from the dead, and the dead from the living? Who is in control of all the things? They will say, God. Why then do you not observe the commandments? Such is God, your Lordful Lord. What is there after the truth, except falsehood? How could you disregard all this? This is what your Lord's decision does to those who choose to be wicked. They cannot believe. Can any of your idols initiate creation? Then repeat it. Say, God initiates the creation, then repeats it. So it's important that nowadays we cannot initiate creation. It's important that in the verse it doesn't say that cannot modify. So we now can modify it, but we never see that someone created some animals original and not designed before and not like others. So it seems that our scientific knowledge is quite limited, and it shows how hard it is to. And does any of your idols to guide the truth? Say God guides to the truth. Is one who guides to truth more worthy of being followed, or one who doesn't guide and needs guidance for himself? What is wrong with your judgment? Most of them follow nothing but conjecture, and conjecture is no substitute for the truth. God is fully aware of everything they do. This Quran couldn't possibly be authored by other than God. It confirms all previous messages and provides fully detailed scripture. It is infallible, for it comes from the Lord of the universe. So that's why I read the Quran very often, and I find it very deep and beautiful, and it explains things in the future, and it's unique when we know it's unique, and that's the reason that a lot of people have adopted it and they find it is novel. And so we see that all the major religions, popular religions, and like I don't want to boast with the number of people believe, but all of them connected to the God somehow. So God is actually the bestseller in the world, but people still do not take heed. If they say he fabricated it, then produce one surah like this, and invite whomever you wish, other than God, if you are truthful. Indeed, they have rejected this without studying and examining it, and before understanding it. Thus did those before them disbelieve. Therefore, note the consequences of transgressors. So, it is also important that some people really have rejected to studying and examining it, or even reading it one time, or testing it. Some of them believe while others disbelieve in it. Your Lord is fully aware of the evildoers. If they reject you, then say, I have my works, and you have your works. You are innocent of anything I do. I am innocent of anything you do. Some of them listen to you, but can you make the deaf hear, even though they cannot understand? Some of them look at you, but can you guide the blind, even though they do not see? God never wrongs the people. It is the people who wrong their souls. On the day of his summons, all of them, they will feel as if they lasted in the world as 1 hour of the day, during which they met. Losers indeed are those who disbelieved in meeting God and choose to be misguided. It is very important and very beautiful. Choose to be misguided. In the previous videos also said choose to be blind, choose to be deaf, and they choose to live like this. And it is and then so for the verse 37, 38, 39, we can say that so it can be about the mathematical miracles about the Quran, and the repetitions, and its poetic structure, and also it explains the philosophical topics with also there are also scientific topics in it, and it is a unique structure. I have read a lot of books, but I never see something like that, and it has a unique way to explain things, and so you never got bored. So basically, I'm reading Quran like more than for a very long time, and then still I kept on. I feel that I feel novelty. It's not a very big book, It's just there are less than 10,000 verses and only 114 chapters. But I always feel like there's something new, and that's why it is interesting. So and also we see later that some of them look at you, but can you guide the blind, even though they do not see? God never wrongs the people. It is the people who wrong their souls. Whether we promise them, or terminate your life before that, to us is their ultimate return. God witnesses everything they do. To each community a messenger after their messenger comes. They are judged equitably, without the least injustice. They challenge, when will this prophecy come to pass, if you are following the truth? Say, I possess no power to harm myself or benefit myself. Only what God will takes place. Each community has a predetermined lifespan. Once their term comes to an end, they cannot delay it by 1 hour nor advance it. Say whether this retribution comes to you by night or by day. Why are transgressors in such a hurry? If it does happen, will you believe then? Why should you believe then? You used to challenge it to come. It will be said to the transgressors, taste the eternal retribution. Are you not requited precisely for what you have earned? They challenge you to prophecy. Is this really what will happen? Say, yes, indeed by my Lord. This is the truth, and you can never escape.